Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 11th biology students, and this is for 10th February 2021. As we all know, we are into the revision mode, and this time around we are revising in the form of CBSE sample papers. And there is a new pattern of question paper. More the question papers we solve, that much familiar you will become and you will get self-confidence. Last time around we answered section A, and today in this session let's answer section B. As I told you, section B is of 2 mark questions. There will be totally 9 questions in this section. 9 into 2, 18 marks. So here we go. 17. Question number 17. When does anaerobic respiration occur in man and yeast? Question 17. Answer. Anaerobic respiration occurs in man in muscles at the time of excessive exercising. Blood supply does not meet the oxygen demand of the exercising body. At that time in muscle, lactic acid is produced as a result of anaerobic respiration. In yeast also, anaerobic respiration occurs in the condition of absence of oxygen. Question 18. An owner of an apple orchard wants to get better yield and wants to wait for good market conditions to sell his apples. Which PGR should he use to achieve his goals? PGR is plant growth regulators. He should use gibberellins. Gibberellins help in increasing the size of the apples. Moreover, they also delay senescence. So, apple can be left on branches for longer duration. This will give the orchard owner enough time to wait for good market conditions. So, all the children of farmers, please note down. You can use PGRs for your crop also. Question 19. Differentiate between receptor and motor end plate. The difference between receptor and motor end plate. Receptor, structure of the sensory terminal is a receptor, whereas motor, it occurs in neuromuscular junction. On the new fiber, there are structures for collecting information which are called receptors. The axon of the neuron ends into a muscle fiber or a gland cell target area. Question 20. On what factor the respiratory quotient depends? RQ. RQ depends on volume of the CO2 evolved divided by volume of the oxygen consumed. So RQ depends upon the type of respiratory substrate used during respiration. It is different for different substrates. There is a choice. In case you find this question difficult, then you can go for the choice question. What is the end product of glycolysis and where does this process occur? Easy question. The end product of glycolysis is glucose 2 ADP plus 2 inorganic phosphate plus 2 NAD giving rise to 2 pyruvic acids, 2 ATP, 2 NADH2, and it occurs in cytoplasm outside the mitochondria. 2. List the conditions under which fermentation occurs in plant cells. Again, fermentation in plant cells occurs in the absence of oxygen. This is the condition. Question 21. In a way, green plants and cyanobacteria have synthesized all the food on the earth. Comment. Cyanobacteria are unicellular prokaryotic organisms. Besides, some primitive cellular cell organelles, they have photosynthetic lamellae where photosynthetic pigments are present. They are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C, phycocyanin, phycoerythrin, etc. These colored pigments impart typical blue-green color to the bacteria and enable them to manufacture food for themselves and aquatic animals. Green plants are multicellular organisms capable of making food and light energy in special cell organelles called chloroplast by a process called photosynthesis. So, bacteria and green plants make food for living organisms on Earth. Question 22. What are the main steps during Kelvin cycle? The three stages of Kelvin cycle: A. Carboxylation, B. Reduction, C. Formation of hexose sugar, and regeneration of RUBP, ribulose biphosphate. Since it is a 3 mark question, we are just mentioning it because what are the main steps during Kelvin cycle? That's all he is asking. He is not asking describe. There is a choice for this. Why is the color of the leaf kept in the dark frequently, yellow or pale or green? Which pigment do you think is more stable? Chlorophyll is unable to absorb energy in the absence of light and loses its stability, giving leaf yellowish color. This shows that xanthophyll is more stable. Question 23. Flower is a reproductive unit of plant. 1. It is morphologically called shoot. Explain. Flower is the reproductive unit of the plant. It is considered as a shoot because the position of the buds of both flower and shoot is the same and can be terminal or axillary in position because of the position. Question 2. On which part floral whorls are arranged? There are 4 no? Floral whorls are arranged on the thalamus, swollen end of the axis. Question 24. A patient complains of constant thirst, excessive passing of urine, and low blood pressure. When the doctor checked the patient's blood glucose and blood insulin level, the level was normal or slightly low. The doctor diagnosed the condition as diabetes insipidus. But he decided to measure one more hormone in patient's blood. Which hormone does the doctor intend to measure? Question 24. The doctor intend to check vasopressin or, as we expect, ADH, antidiuretic hormone in the blood. Why? Because the low level of this hormone can result in excessive passing of urine and low blood pressure. Question 25. Mention any 4 features present in animals belonging to phylum Echinodermata, starfish family. 4 main features of animals belonging to phylum Echinodermata. 1. They are called spiny bodied animals which are exclusively marine, all sea animals. Second point, most important, that triploblastic 3 layers, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, and coelomate body cavity having most advanced water vascular system in them. Locomotion is by tube feet. And what about the symmetry? Radial symmetrical animals. So example, Asterias, Echinus, Antedon, and Cucumeria. You can remember it as starfish. Now we move to section C, and section C of course is again 3-mark questions, and in this section we have got 5 questions.